Hey, my name is Lacey McLay, and this is my presentation of the emerging technologies predicted in the Horizon Report. NMC predicts that makerspaces and online learning will be adopted within 1 year or less. Makerspaces are environments that are equipped with resources and tools to allow students to participate in creative thinking and making activities. Makerspaces provide opportunities for hands-on learning and higher-order problem-solving. Makerspaces also increase student engagement and participation in STEM subjects, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Makerspaces also promote the development of critical thinking, patience, and resilience. Makerspaces can be used to implement collaborative learning, project-based learning, and student-directed learning. For example, makerspaces can be used in the classroom to allow students to build and make inventions that could possibly decrease or solve world pollution. Makerspaces allow students to associate their learning with real-world problems or situations. Makerspaces are already in play and are expected to increase in number. Makerspaces are in use in Minneapolis, Massachusetts, Virginia, California, and many other places around the world. There are even mobile makerspaces available that allow schools with little funding to use makerspaces. Online learning is defined in the Horizon Report as both formal and informal educational opportunities that take place through the web. Online learning allows education to happen on the move. Online learning can be combined with in-class learning, or it can be used as the only source of education. If online learning is used in combination with in-class learning, online learning can support the information taught in class. Online learning can be used by students who are homeschooled, have medical issues, or have other activities or issues that interfere with in-class education. Online learning can be used in the classroom when implementing the flipped classroom technique, which is where teachers assign students videos to watch or activities to do before covering the material in class. The research performed for the Horizon Report found that 2.7 million students are already taking part in online learning, and it is predicted that in 2 or 3 years that almost every student in the U.S. will be equipped with a computer or other technological device that can be used to participate in online learning. Also, the One Laptop Per Child initiative is working to provide developing countries with more opportunities to participate in online learning. Online learning can be used to educate completely or support land-based education, but teachers must make sure that clear and specific expectations for the students and teachers are established and student support structures are established. The next emerging technologies that the Horizon Report predicts will be adopted by the K-12 education within 2 or 3 years are robotics and virtual reality. Robotics, defined by the Horizon Report, is the design and application of robots. Robots are used today for mining, transportation, and military needs. It is predicted that robot population will grow to 4 million by the year of 2020. Robotics can be used in makerspaces presented earlier and provide opportunities for hands-on learning and promote critical thinking and problem solving. Many schools have increased the involvement of robotics in their curriculum because the Robotic Industries Association found that a 19% increase in robot orders happens every year. Incorporating robotics can increase the students' interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Robotics can be used in classrooms when students are allowed to use their coding and math skills to build a robot. Robotics can also be used by students with special needs. For example, robots with low stimulus levels and predictable behaviors can help autistic students develop better communication skills. To incorporate robotics, however, teachers must be properly trained on the hardware, software, and best practices. Virtual reality, the second emerging technology predicted to be adopted within 2 or 3 years, is a tool that can make learning more authentic. Virtual reality refers to computer-generated environments that create realistic sensory experiences. Virtual reality technologies include 3D images that the user can interact with and manipulate. Virtual reality provides students with opportunities in participating in real-world situations or activities. Virtual reality is not very prevalent in education, but it is used in military training. Virtual reality, however, could be used in many biology or other science classes as virtual labs. Students could practice dissecting animals or other insects or anything in the virtual lab or experiment with chemicals. Virtual reality is a great tool for schools who do not have the funding for school laboratories or field trips. Another way virtual reality can be used in education is to see global landmarks and destinations. Students could use the Nearpod software, a virtual reality software, to view 3D images of landmarks and destinations instead of viewing them in a book. Virtual reality can engage students and allow students to participate in activities or view images that they otherwise would not be able to do. The last emerging technologies predicted by the Horizon Report and predicted to be adopted by K-12 education within 4 to 5 years are artificial intelligence and wearable technology. Artificial intelligence refers to making machines that resemble human function. Artificial intelligence can recognize a user by analyzing interests and frequently visited websites. Artificial intelligence is not predicted to be used globally for at least 5 years. However, many companies and laboratories like Google and MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Lab are working on improving machines and robots with artificial intelligence. Many people are afraid that artificial intelligence will allow machines to take our place in the world. Some examples of artificial intelligence are Siri and Alexa. Siri is used on our phone, and Alexa is a tool that people use in their homes to turn off lights and stuff. Artificial intelligence is used in online education by personalizing learning based on student responses to prompts and progressing through videos and readings. There is also software available that can use artificial intelligence to detect gaps in education through short essay responses. The last example of artificial intelligence that I have is chatbots. Chatbots are virtual tutors that can answer questions and give educational advice. All in all, artificial intelligence could help personalize a student's learning experiences in the educational classroom. The last but not least emerging technology outlined in the Horizon Report is wearable technology. Wearable technology is smart devices that can be worn by people and allows them to track personal data. For example, people can track their sleep, movement, location, and social media interactions. Wearable technologies can track where people go, what they do, and their aspirations. Wearable technologies can be used to improve the learning experience involved with virtual realities and can be used to incorporate project-based learning and active learning. For example, there is a wearable technology called the Bird that is worn on the finger and can be used by the students to present information from any computer or smartphone. Apple, Samsung, and Google all have popular wearable technology, and it's predicted that in 2020, 411 million devices will be sold. It is also predicted that wearable technology will be eventually implanted or embedded in the human body. And within the next 5 years, the adoption of wearable technology will increase by 46% in the educational world. That concludes my presentation of the technologies presented in the Horizon Report. Thank you for listening.